Good day and welcome to another episode of the Oasis interviews. My name is Tanise LeBlanc and today we will be interviewing Brother Amos Carty and Bishop Carswell Leanord. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
So far, so good.
Bishop Carswell Leanord, how long have you been a member of the Church of God of Prophecy?
So next year, 2026, would make my 50th year as a member of the Church of God of Prophecy, which means I've been a member for half of its existence. Wow.
How was it like growing up in the Church of God of Prophecy?
Well, when I came to the Church of God of Prophecy, I was 15 years old. And the thing that really captured my attention was the amount of young people that was going to the church. Some of them were my schoolmates. I didn't know they were part of the church, but we had a very vibrant youth ministry, a lot of music, talented young people. And so it really helped me a lot. At 17, I left St. Thomas and joined the military. So that environment back then with all the young people encouraging each other and growing in Christ was a real blessing, and it helped me a lot. So that's the thing I remember most about my time in Church of God of Prophecy before I left, was the young people and the vibrancy and their commitment to Christ that helped me a lot.
How was your life in the military?
So I left St. Thomas at 17 and I joined the military. For some reason, I always wanted to go in. My father served in the military and then my older brother served in the military. So I wanted to go. So after high school, me and a couple of my buddies, we joined the military. So I stayed in the military for almost 23 years. And it was challenging because as a Christian in the military, it can be difficult. But the foundation I got here in St. Thomas was really important. So it really sustained me through the military. I rose up through the ranks to the highest enlisted rank that there was. So I had a good career. I never got shot at or had to shoot at anybody. So God kept me safe. And I say thank you, Jesus, for that.
So what led you back to the Virgin Islands?
So honestly, when I left the Virgin Islands, I knew somehow that I would come back to St. Thomas and give back to the church. So it was always on my mind. Didn't know when or how it happened. So the desire was there to come back and give back to the church. And so the opportunity came for me to come back to serve as the regional bishop. And so I jumped at it because I felt that was part of God's plan for my life the whole time.
Bishop Leanord, who is the overseer or minister that have played a significant role in your life?
Okay, so when I came to the Church of God of Prophecy, the second person that I met was actually the pastor. It was Bishop Amos W. Carty Sr., who is the father of this young man sitting to my right. And literally, Bishop Carty just changed my life. I mean, he taught me not only about the Bible, but he shared his experiences with me. He had a very formational effect on my life. And so even now at my age, when I think about the person that had the most effect on me spiritually, it would be Bishop Amos W. Carty Sr., without a doubt.
Next year, the church is celebrating 100 years, correct?
Yes. 2 years ago, I realized that it would be 100 years since our church would have been in existence. So I asked Brother Amos here to lead up a group of people who would plan the activities to celebrate that. Interestingly enough, historically, the Virgin Islands is the third, I think, place where the Church of God of Prophecy was planted in the Caribbean. It was Bahamas first, and then Jamaica, and then us. So next year will be 100 years in this territory.
What activities and events can we expect at the upcoming centennial?
Wow, this centennial celebration is going to be amazing. There are so many activities for just about everybody, but Brother Amos Carty is here and he's been leading the Centennial Commission, so he'd be more able to tell you about a lot of the events that will be happening during Centennial. Brother Amos, can you share with the audience about the activities that they can look forward to for the Centennial?
Certainly will. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Tanise, for this opportunity to talk about the Centennial. So the Centennial begins on January the 1st of 2026. That's a Thursday evening. And that evening, we will be having sort of a meet and greet the first night. And in that meet and greet, we expect a tremendous attendance of individuals from all over, not only the Caribbean, but also from the U.S., what we call the U.S. diaspora. We have a number of Fortune Islanders that have left, whether to, like Bishop said, whether to the military, whether to go to college, whether to relocate, that are still living in the States, but they're from here and they're still part of the church. And so they're coming home for the celebration. So that first night, the first part of it will be a meet and greet of all the people that have come back, people that are here, and we're just going to greet and fellowship with each other. And
like a reunion, huh?
Like a reunion, exactly, Bishop. And then the second part of the evening, we're having a concert, what we call it the Ignite concert. And that night, it's going to just be praising God, worshiping, and just thanking God for all that He has done for us and the Church of God for the last 100 years. Then the Friday evening, we're going to have a celebration of the culture of this region. We have a multicultural, multilingual region. We, at one point, this region encompassed the entire northeastern Caribbean into Suriname as well. So we have had individuals who've been part of the region from throughout the Eastern Caribbean, whether it be Antigua, Montserrat, Barbuda, St. Kitts, Nevis, Anguilla, Montserrat, Dominica, the French West Indies, Martinique, Guadeloupe. And so what we're going to have that evening is a celebration of our diversity. We still have a significant portion of our region who is Hispanic speaking, a significant portion of our region who is Creole speaking. And so we're going to be showcasing the diversity of our region on that Friday evening. And the sermon that night will be brought by Bishop Dr. Melroy Mead from the Church of God of Prophecy, Montserrat. At one point, as I said before, Montserrat was part of our region. So he will be our guest speaker that evening. No stranger to us here, certainly in St. Thomas. And that is our guest speaker. And there's also going to be a drama that's going to be also brought up on the Friday evening, right? And then on the Saturday, we have significant talent in our region. We have people who are experts in various fields. We have people that have gone on from the Church of God of Prophecy and have now very prominent in other ministries, whether it be in certain marketplaces, whether it be in ministries, you name it. We're going to be showcasing the talent of our region this Saturday evening. Our speaker for that evening will be our Caribbean presbyter, Bishop Dr. Clayton Martin. And then on the Sunday, we have a full day of events, starting with the Sunday morning, where we'll be honoring our past leadership, the leaders that really who built the foundation of the Church of God of Prophecy in the Paragon region. And so that day we'll be doing that honoring. We're going to be having various singing. We'll have our Centennial Mass Choir, our Centennial Children's Choir. And then that's Sunday morning. The speaker will be our presiding bishop, Bishop Timothy Coulter from our international headquarters in Cleveland, Tennessee. We'll have a nice celebration, luncheon and fellowship after service. And then in the afternoon, we go into a special session of sharing with our young folks and to really have the interaction in terms of where do we go from here, from the church of this generation to the church of the next generation, which is really the now generation. So that's going to be the Sunday afternoon. And then we go into a Sunday evening session where it's years ago when we wrapped up convention, the last night would be a big rally, a big fiery, beautiful service, and where there's a lot of singing, a lot of worshiping. So we're going to have that type of old-fashioned type rally service to conclude the centennial. And our final speaker with the final charge for centennial would be our very own regional bishop, Dr. Carswell. So that gives you a summary of the centennial activities.
What are the defining milestones that have shaped the church's identity and mission over the past 100 years?
It's a great question. I think if you look at when the church was established in 1926, there were other churches on the island, the Catholic Church, the Methodist Church. They were really the main churches, but the Church of God, I think, was one of the early Pentecostal influences on the island. So I think it kind of shaped the growth of Pentecostal churches here on the territory. In addition, we have a Haitian church here on the island. It is the largest Haitian church here in the territory, and so there are many other Haitian churches here on the island, but they all came out of the initial Church of God of Prophecy Church. So we have a strong footprint as it relates to the Haitian faith community, and it all began with the Church of God of Prophecy. Amos, can you think of some others?
Sure. I think the establishment or the construction of what was known as the Church at 20 Gamla Gata is also defining, because that at that point was the first time that the church actually had its own building. It served not only as a local church, but it also served as the headquarters for the Virgin Islands. At that time, the territory of the Virgin Islands for the Church of God of Prophecy. And it showed the growth of the church from its inception to that point, which was in 1961. And we were at that location until we came to the C5 Hoffman location in 1978. And that also showed the growth from Gamla Gata, where we literally outgrew Gamla Gata for regional or territorial events, to have our own tabernacle that we now have in 78. So that speaks to the growth of the church over the years, which is always, growth is always a significant milestone. And the only thing else I would add is from St. Thomas, the church then expanded into other areas of the Caribbean, whether it be into St. Croix, whether it be into the British Virgin Islands, then throughout the Eastern Caribbean. So St. Thomas really was the charter of the Church of God of Prophecy in this side of the Caribbean that has now expanded into the other areas of the Caribbean throughout, all the way down to the ABC Islands. The church expanded from that initial establishment in St. Thomas.
How will this centennial bridge the generational gaps and ensure everyone feels connected to this legacy?
Another good question. I really believe that from the beginning of the planning, that question was in mind of how can we not only rebuild bridges, but build future bridges for the young people. As you know, our territory has suffered somewhat from brain drain. A lot of young people, after they leave the territory, they never come back. But we want them to know that the Church of God is still vibrant here in the territory, that they are still part of it. We want to make sure that our young people that are here are spiritually grounded. And we want those in the diaspora to know that they can always come home. And so when they come to the centennial, they're going to see the Church of God of Prophecy on display. They're going to feel proud. They're going to feel welcome. And I pray that many of them will make a decision to come back to the territory and be part of this growing Church of God of Prophecy in the territory. Amos?
Yeah, and Bishop, I think you captured it perfectly. One of the things that you've mentioned, the Church of God of Prophecy, when you came as a teenager, was very vibrant. At Gamla Gata was very vibrant. A lot of young people and so forth. And over the years, from generation to generation, we've had our ebbs and flows. So I think this centennial is critical. That's why we're having that Sunday afternoon discussion, is to bridge that gap. Where do we go from here? How do we, because in order to have a growing church, you clearly have to have young people. And it's important to all of us that we have a connected group of young people. I've been blessed, just like Bishop has been. I've been blessed to be a part of this church for almost 50 years. And so the generation that now follows, my family, the ones that follow us, we want to have them to have the same vision, the same connectedness. It's a whole different ballgame now with social media and what our young people are exposed to, what they're into. So how do we make that work? And we want to hear from our young people. How do we make the church relevant to you in your environment, in your situation, in the midst of all of social media and everything going on? How do we make it relevant? And so that's how we want to develop that bridge, that connectedness, so that we have a church that into the next 100 years, it's a church that continues to grow and become strong.
What islands or countries can we expect a high visitation from?
Well, like we would say in St. Thomas, all of them. We expect from throughout the Caribbean, North America, wherever Virgin Islanders are, we expect them to be here for this centennial. And I believe they're going to come by the droves. What do you think, Amos?
Yes, I believe so. We have a United States Diaspora Committee alone that is pushing very hard to get up to 200 of Virgin Islanders, Church of God of Prophecy Virgin Islanders, to come home for the centennial. Not to mention the fact that we have our part of our region, our areas in the British Virgin Islands that will be coming. Of course, we have our sister island of St. Croix that will be coming. We're certainly hoping that we have individuals from the ABC Islands. They're part of the Paragon region, but we expect people from the Bahamas, we expect people from Jamaica, we expect people from the Eastern Caribbean, specifically Anguilla, St. Kitts, Nevis, Antigua, Montserrat, Bermuda, you name it. We expect to have a significant delegation from throughout the Caribbean in addition to the United States.
Finally, what word of encouragement would you guys like to share with the viewers as we approach this centennial celebration?
Well, for me, my word of encouragement is come from the east, the west, the north, and the south. Come. We need you here. This is going to be a huge family reunion. People we haven't seen in years. We want you to come. We want you to come back home. We want you to enjoy the home food, the events, the activities. We want you to be part of this. So plan to come. Plan to come and be a part of what's going to happen. It's 100 years, and you are part of that. No matter where you are part of that 100 years, and we need you to come and just enjoy it, be part of it, take it in, and let's set the path for the future together.
And only thing I would add is spread the word. Come and spread the word that you're coming, and bring somebody with you and encourage them to come and bring excitement. This is an exciting time. As Bishop Leanord said, we are the third oldest established Church of God of Prophecy in the Caribbean, right here in St. Thomas, established by the General Overseer at that time, Bishop A.J. Tomlinson. That's a tremendous amount to celebrate. And so let's come, spread the word, and bring excitement as we worship God and thank Him for 100 years of the Church of God of Prophecy here in St. Thomas.
Thank you for joining us, Bishop Carswell Leonard and Brother Amos Carty.
Thank you. It's our pleasure to be here. And come.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Oasis Interviews. I'm Tanise LeBlanc, and please join us next time. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Amos Carty Jr., inviting you to the 100th centennial celebration of the Church of God of Prophecy in the Paragon region from January 1st to the 4th, 2026 at our C5 Hoffman Tabernacle here in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Please join us as we celebrate 100 years of the abundant blessings of the Lord and the Church of God of Prophecy in the Paragon region. Our theme for the celebration is the Paragon region, a rich history and a bright future. We will have a week filled with activities beginning on Thursday evening, January 1st, 2026, with a walk down memory lane, as well as an inspirational drama, The Church of What's Happening. On Friday evening, we will have a display of the national and ethnic diversity of the Church of God of Prophecy in this region with our various cultures and languages. On Saturday evening, we will be honoring and putting on full display for the world to see the various talent of our region that is impacting the world in every area and in every segment. And on Sunday, the final day, January 4th, we'll begin that day with a celebration of our past heroes, our leadership, upon whose shoulders we have built this great church. And we will be also passing the baton from the past generation to the present generation and to our future leaders. We'll end on Sunday evening with an old-fashioned last lap service that night, as we used to do in years past. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss any activity of this 100th centennial celebration of the Church of God of Prophecy in the Paragon region. For more information, please visit the Paragon region website at www.paragoncogop.org for information about the centennial. There's a special link that goes directly to the Centennial Celebration webpage. And on that webpage, you will find information about hotels, accommodation, and other relevant information. You'll also be able to see historical videos and pictures of
of the individuals, of the programs, of the various events that are just a quick glimpse of what is the rich history of the Paragon region. Remember, the 100th centennial celebration of the Church of God of Prophecy in the Paragon region. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. It is going to be a blessing. Be there.